ex-boyfriend decided to sabotage my new relationship, but he never expected how thoroughly I'd expose his lies. Garrett and I dated for 3 years before everything fell apart. The relationship ended when I discovered he'd been sleeping with his coworker Natalie for months. I found their texts on his iPad one Tuesday evening while he showered. The messages were explicit and dated back half a year. I packed my things that night and never looked back. Garrett begged for another chance, but cheating was my hard boundary. I assumed he'd move on with Natalie since he'd already chosen her over me. 6 months passed peacefully. I focused on work, reconnected with friends, and slowly healed from the betrayal. Then I met Owen at a friend's barbecue. He was funny, genuine, and refreshingly honest about his past and what he wanted. We talked for hours that first night. Dating him felt effortless in a way things with Garrett never had. For the first time in months, I was genuinely happy. 3 weeks into dating Owen, anonymous Instagram messages started arriving in his inbox. The sender claimed I was secretly still involved with Garrett. They'd attached old photos from my relationship with Garrett, carefully cropped to remove any timestamps. Owen showed me the messages immediately, more confused than suspicious. "I don't understand why someone would do this," he said, holding my hand, "but I need you to know that I trust you completely." We blocked the account together, but I felt uneasy. The photos were ones Garrett had taken on his phone. 2 days later, an elaborate flower arrangement arrived at Owen's office. His assistant signed for them, assuming they were from a client. The card inside suggested they were from a secret lover thanking Owen for an intimate evening. His entire department saw the delivery. Questions and jokes followed him all day. Owen called me that afternoon, and I could hear the exhaustion in his voice. My mom called me after Brianna reached out to her. She said, "You're apparently some kind of gold digger." I told her it was all lies, but she said, "Where there's smoke, there's fire." I don't know how much more of this I can take. The harassment intensified over the following weeks. Owen's ex-girlfriend Brianna contacted him out of nowhere. She claimed a mutual friend had warned her that I was only dating Owen for his money. His mother received an anonymous letter detailing my supposed criminal history. His best friend got Facebook messages alleging I'd been spreading rumors about him at parties. Each attack was carefully crafted to seem plausible and came from untraceable sources. Owen never wavered in trusting me, but the constant drama was wearing on both of us. His family started asking probing questions about my past. His friends became noticeably cooler when I joined group outings. I knew Garrett was orchestrating everything, but I had no proof. The anonymous accounts left no digital trail back to him. My opportunity came through Garrett's sister Celia. We'd maintained a friendship despite the breakup because she'd never approved of his cheating. She invited me to her birthday dinner at a downtown restaurant. "You know he's a mess without you," she told me when she called, "but that's his problem, not yours. You deserve to be there." I hesitated, but she assured me he was traveling for work. The dinner was pleasant until I spotted Garrett's phone on the bar. He'd left it unlocked while he went to the bathroom. Celia was engaged in animated conversation with other guests. The bartender was serving someone at the other end. I had a narrow window. My hands trembled as I opened his messages. The evidence was all there. Conversations with his friend Dustin outlining their harassment campaign. Detailed plans for each anonymous message. Screenshots showing the fake accounts he'd created. Even payment confirmations for the flower delivery. I quickly airdropped everything to my phone, my heart pounding as I watched the bathroom door. Garrett returned just as the last file transferred. He grabbed his phone without suspecting anything. I left the party early, claiming a headache. At home, I reviewed the evidence and formulated my plan. I contacted Owen's boss, Jerome, whom I'd met at several company events. After showing him the screenshots, he leaned back in his chair, his face grave. "Nobody threatens my people," he said firmly. "We're going to handle this properly and publicly." The gala was held in an elegant ballroom downtown. When the screens lit up with Garrett's messages, I watched his face transform from confusion to horror. Natalie physically stepped away from him. Whispers rippled through the crowd as people recognized him. Several guests raised their phones to capture the evidence. Garrett tried to exit, but security guards blocked his path. Within a week, Garrett lost his job. Natalie ended their relationship. The story circulated through our entire industry network. Owen pulled me close that night after everything was exposed. "You're the strongest person I know," he whispered. "I'm sorry you had to go through this, but I'm not going anywhere." Garrett sent one final message before I blocked him permanently. He claimed he just wanted me back. I just ha-ha'd the message.